Well, Hockey Canada has been in hot water this summer for their role in several scandals stemming from sexual assault allegations. Now, an exclusive report from Postmedia's John Kryk about Hockey Canada purchasing a condo in downtown Toronto for 7 years. John joins me now. John, you've been covering this Hockey Canada story for months, and as we continue to peel back the layers, there continues to be questionable practices seemingly at every turn. What can you tell us about the latest discovery?
Yeah, as I just reported, there's Hockey Canada even confirmed what I'd found after going to a couple of sources on the record, even saying that Hockey Canada, a not-for-profit organization, sports governing body in Canada, uh, bought and owned a condo in Maple Leaf Square, a luxury two-bedroom condo that they owned from 2010 till 2017 when they sold it. They made a real estate source of mine surmises probably $300,000 to $400,000 profit on it, which sounds good. Some people already commenting off my story saying that, well, how can you fault them for earning that kind of money? Well, a governance expert, probably Canada's foremost governance expert on how boards and executives should behave and operate procedurally and everything else. He says that this is not something that a not-for-profit should do because they are very risk averse. And buying a property, whether, as Hockey Canada said to me in a statement, that it was uh, where they're out of town executives, because Hockey Canada is based in Calgary, where they would stay when they're in Toronto, or board of directors would stay when they are in Toronto, and because they bought it early last decade, when the 2015 and 2017 World Junior Championships were held in part in Toronto. That's where they would stay for weeks in preparation of those two tournaments. And then after those tournaments were done in 2017, they sold the unit. So there could be some legitimate reasons for it instead of running up hotel bills. But if you're buying a condo, a luxury condo, in a place where, the garden on the roof and swimming pools overlooking Jurassic Park, the Maple Leaf Square there, it just is a bad look. Experts are telling me, especially for a not for profit, when you've got most of the 40 national sports organizations in this country struggling just to, they're probably having executives double bunk in hotel rooms wherever they go, and then for Hockey Canada to have such a place is seen to just be a little extravagant and reckless. In that, who knows if there would have been a housing bubble, as might be happening now, that might have devalued and worsened the investment rather than had it go up almost twice in price from 2010 to 2017.
Well, I think one of the concerning things as well is, of course, people wondering where does Hockey Canada get the money to purchase something like this? Obviously, hockey costs in this country are rising for a lot of parents trying to put their children into the sport. Where does this cash come from in order for Hockey Canada to make this type of purchase?
Well, to give you some perspective, 30 years ago, when Hockey Canada was then uh, just a sidearm to the governing body, which was called then the Canadian Amateur Hockey Association, CAHA. When they negotiated their first deal with TSN in 1991, while meeting, two executives did what I just suggested. They were, staying in the same hotel, so they didn't have to buy a second hotel room. They've gone from that in 30 years to swimming in annual revenues, uh, based largely off the popularity of the World Junior Tournament, either from TSN or by sponsors and everything else all these revenue streams. It's tens of millions of dollars a year now. There was a report earlier this summer that Hockey Canada's investments last fiscal year was more than $150 million. And to pay off this alleged victim of this 2018 incident in London, Ontario, Hockey Canada executive CEO and president Scott Smith testified that they cashed in some of their. He didn't say he confirmed that large number, but he said they cashed in some of their investments. So the fact that they used less than $1 million in 2010 to buy a condo unit certainly doesn't sound like it was anything that was approaching harmful to the organization financially.
Yeah, very interesting with regards to that. Of course, many people calling for a cleaning of the house of Hockey Canada with the allegations and the numerous scandals that they are currently going through. What do you believe is the immediate and what is the long term future for this governing body?
Well, outside of newspaper reports, I guess, and media reports for now, and comments from outraged people and citizens and MPs too, what's officially happening is the House of Commons has this parliamentary standing committee, which has held two hearings already, one in June and one in July. When Parliament reconvenes, I believe it's a week from Monday, they will be uh, discussing whether to continue and have a third hearing and bring up those same executives or others, maybe some of the past or present board of director chairs of Hockey Canada. So they're doing an investigation. Hockey Canada has announced, and they had promised early in the summer, and then in the middle of the summer, they appointed a former Supreme Court judge who is investigating and looking into their Hockey Canada's own governance structure and whether changes need to be made either with people or in structure. And that report is due by the probably by the end of October, and to be given toward Hockey Canada at their annual meeting in November. Third, there might be an investigation. There could even be a if the cabinet, the Liberal federal cabinet, decides that they want to have a full blown Dublin style inquiry. That's still on the table. Something like that could happen. And then the additional investigation happening right now is by the Sport Ministry. Sport Minister Pascal St. Onge has announced that until if Hockey Canada wants any more government funding, which is currently frozen, one of the things that they must do is have a financial audit completed by the Sport Ministry of Canada to ensure that what they call no government money or public money is going towards the payoff of any of these sexual assault victims.
Well, it is a story that continues to grip this nation. John, we thank you for your time. You can find all of John's special reporting on Hockey Canada over at Post Media and on Twitter at John Kryk.